What's up, traders? This is Vee Trades, and today I will be doing a technical analysis breakdown for MicroStrategy Incorporated with the ticker symbol MSTR. I will first be going over what I see in the daily chart and finish the video off with the weekly chart. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Please trade at your own risk. So the moment you guys have been waiting for is here. The market finally opened up today, and the market, or in this case, MicroStrategy, did drop down quite a bit, but it has recovered most of that drop. So we'll go over what happened and why it happened. But first, I want to go over the interview I did with Jor. I had a great time with Jor. He's a great guy, very knowledgeable. It was a very educational and entertaining video to make and listen to. So make sure you guys check out that. You can visit his channel if you're interested in his services. He's a great guy. I do recommend him for any Bitcoin-related questions, even MicroStrategy-related questions. So make sure you check out Jor's interview and his channel. Next thing I want to cover is Friday's close. So I did my analysis on Friday, probably maybe a half an hour to 45 minutes before it closed. And then everyone started freaking out when they started seeing a drop right through that level of 365. So again, in the market, there's no such thing as support or resistance until it's confirmed. So in this case, it was going to be potential support. So I was expecting it to act as support. I was honestly not expecting price to drop down through it, but in this case, it did. I did cover that in the video as well. If price did break through that horizontal level of 365, I was saying, okay, we can watch out for the trend line, which price did bounce off of today from. So in this case, price did push to that level. It wasn't confirmed as support. And now it's not really that strong of a level anymore because price pushed through it easily. It pushed through it again below it easily. So it's not really a strong level anymore. So it's probably not even currently in play, to be honest. We're kind of just trading sideways for the most part around this level, but it's not really doing anything as right now. I would be focusing on the trend line. I think the reason we dropped early on in the 21st and onward is because the measure move target, well, there was one leg up right here, second leg up exactly met, and what do you know? It was right off this trend line. If you connect these two swings together, and that's where you get that third touch. So it looks like price is kind of moving at this angle for the bears. However, at the long-term angle by the bulls using this trend line right here. So you see that, we had to hit the trend line, reach the measure target. I think that was a good opportunity for price to continue down lower, especially because we never really invalidated this measure move target of 240. So you see that price never came back up to this prior high. So this target is technically still in play. So the bears are still attempting to reach the 240 level. It was never invalidated. It was always still in play. It was just looking more likely that it would have been invalidated and we would have just kept on moving up higher in the future. But in this case, that did not occur. This target is still in play at the 240 level. It's looking unlikely now since we're bouncing off this bullish trend line right here and this horizontal support of 326. So this one is looking more of support as of right now. You can see there's support here, fail breakout, support, and now we see a bounce off of this level right here. In the prior support of about 365, 366, that did not act as support as all. Price just pushed through it easily and pushed through it below it easily. So it was going to be potential support, and it didn't even become that at all. So again, whenever you say support and resistance, and whenever I say it, just think of it as potential. Keyword is potential until proven otherwise. So in this case, it looks like the trend line is holding nicely, and that horizontal level is acting as support as of right now. Now, if we push through it, the next target would be right here at the 240 level. And then we'll have to wait and see what price wants to do. Most likely, it will probably move up higher, but we'll have to wait and see. Now, let's say we don't get there. Let's say we have found the bottom. Well, what I want to see is price break this downward trend line right here. As you can see here, it is valid. We have two touches right here. We have the third rejection, so 1, 2, 3. I want to see a break, a strong push through this trend line. Most likely, he's going to go back up to the 440s, invalidate that measure move target, stop at the shorts, and rally strongly towards the prior high at the 540 level. So overall, when I do my analysis, I give it for the next couple of weeks, up to a couple of weeks, and then even longer term, couple of months or even a year. So just because I do my analysis during the market, it doesn't really matter how the candle closes. You can't make your analysis on one candle. You can't take your context of the picture in isolation of one candle. So again, one candle doesn't change anything. I was expecting for a price to find support, but in this case it didn't. I gave the alternative, which was, price getting to the trend line, which he did today. And now let's see what happens. Are we going to push up to this downward trend line? And then let's see what happens. Are we going to find resistance? Because sometimes someone might say, oh, we're going to move up higher. once we break the trend line, well, sometimes you might hit the trend line, then hit this trend line, hit the trend line again. So, we don't know exactly what's going to happen. You don't know the actual course that the price will take, but we know, a very good idea of where it's generally headed, right? So if it starts breaking these support levels, most likely it's headed to the 240 level. If it starts breaking this resistance level, the trend line, we're going to look for the 440s and then the prior high. So that's how I would look at it. Just be patient. I think a lot of people got in just recently based off of this move right here. So a lot of people there's a lot of trading going on right around this level of about 350, the mid to high 300. So you can see there's a lot of trading going on here. Most of the price action is at this level as well. So again, I think people need to be more patient, give it a couple of months, and we'll go from there. So take a look at the weekly chart. Weekly chart so far this month, so far this week, it is a green candle. So that's a nice start for the week. Even though we did see a couple percentage drop, it's not a big deal. Still above the EMA. Long-term picture is still very good. Let's take a look at the log scale. One thing me and Jor covered in our interview or meeting was that is MicroStrategy going to be the most valuable company in the world? And we both agreed that most likely it will be one of the top companies in the world because of how much Bitcoin they hold and how if another company tries to do it, it would be near impossible to get at that same amount because they're just going to increase the price trying to buy that much Bitcoin. And that just makes MicroStrategy even more valuable, right? So again, and MicroStrategy as well, they can do other services because now they hold so much Bitcoin where it kind of takes the load off of their software business. And in anyway, that software business wasn't doing much anyway, but now they can look for other ways to increase their um, profits and stuff like that, their income. So MicroStrategy weekly chart looking very bullish as well. Still, again, no top signs as of right now. The chart still looks very bullish. It's not overextended. It's not a blow off top. You see that we have two trend lines in play. Still above the EMA. Still above the prior high of this prior all-time high right about here. So still looking bullish in that case. So overall, looking very good. Again, I'm not seeing any top signs right now. You'll know when there's a top. We'll probably see a blow off top, something like that, something really exponential. Another way a trend can end is when it starts where it barely pushes above the prior high, something like that. It looks weak. Most likely it'll roll over. So we're not seeing it. I'm not seeing any signs like that. You can see that this high right here was exceeded by this high by a large amount. So it gapped up, gapped through it. So that's a strong push. That's a strong move. So overall, looking very good. We have long-term targets in play. I'm looking for the $1,500 target, one leg up right here. Second leg up, 1,500, and then 15 to 1,600, and then maybe even 4,000. Again, not in terms of price. Think of it in terms of market cap. So from 347 to about 1,500, let's just say 300. Let's just say 400 to even it out. So that's about less than a 4x gain from here. So a 4x gain of 86 billion market cap would bring it to about, let's see, that's about 340 billion. So again, think of it in terms of market cap. So overall, still looking very good for MicroStrategy. People need to just relax. Not a big deal. We see a drop. Again, it's going to be a little volatile until Bitcoin starts breaking out. Once it breaks out, it's game over, and we're going to quickly move up higher. As you can see here, right, as you can see here right now, it's moving sideways. EMA is basically sideways. Price is going through it, below it, through it, below it, and it's not really going up or down. So as of right now, it's more neutral than anything. But long term, it's more bullish than anything. So all I have for MicroStrategy in the weekly charts. This is Vee Trades, and thank you for your time.